In this video, I'm going to talk about all-day efficiency of a transformer. We already found efficiency of the transformer in the previous videos. What is that efficiency? Then what is the difference between this efficiency and all-day efficiency? In simple analogy, say for example, you're buying a car. Okay, when you're buying a car, he will tell you it will give you like 25 miles per gallon and blah blah blah. So the efficiency, I mean, when I look at the efficiency, probably say 25 miles per gallon mpg. Okay, that's what we look for, right? So that's what he's going to say. This car will give you 25 miles per gallon or 30 miles per gallon or 50 miles per gallon. Now that is the commercial mileage of that vehicle. Okay, now when you buy that car, and most probably you're say driving from work to home, home and home to work, and running here and there. Okay, now most of the time, most probably you're going to go to the office and come back. So most of the time it's almost, you can say, weekly I'm putting like 100 miles on this vehicle or 500 miles on this vehicle. Now you need to know how much it is giving and how many highway miles. For sure, on highway it changes, on the local roads it changes, the miles per gallon. Now same analogy, we want to find out what is the efficiency of the transformer. Now a transformer you see in your backyard, most probably it's around 80 kVA, 100 kVA, which is connected to two, 3, 4 homes in that neighborhood. Okay, it's a distribution transformer, of course. It has a full load copper losses and core losses. These losses are already given. Okay, during the 24-hour period, these are the loads. From 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., 40% of the load at 0.9 power factor. So most probably in the morning, maybe you are going to cook something, so your stove is on, or maybe microwave is on, and maybe washing or cleaning or something. So probably that's 40% of the load. From 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., I'm sure your AC is going to run, but not all the time, but at least on and off, on and off. Your refrigerator is connected, on and off, it's running. So I'm assuming it is 60% load with 0.7 power factor. Now 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., when we're back from work to home, probably you're watching TV, maybe turning on your washer and dryer, dishwasher, or cooking. Say that's 80% of the load with 0.8 power factor. Now from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., maybe you're running your AC a little bit, and maybe your refrigerator is connected or heater is connected. So let me put it as 30% load, 20% is too low. I mean, your chargers, your printers, your cell phones, and your laptops, everything is connected. So probably it's around 30% of the load at 0.8 power factor. Now our goal is, what is the efficiency? Now remember, this is copper loss, right? This is copper loss. So copper losses varies with respect to the load, but iron losses, they do not vary. Okay, now efficiency is nothing but output power over input power. Okay, so since it's all day efficiency, can I say output power times 24 hours times 24 hours? So this is output power over output energy over input energy. So I can say output energy over input energy. Okay, now what is the output energy? So the output energy, you can see 80 kVA times, so output energy equal to 80 kVA, 80K times 0.4 times 0.9. Okay, so it's a 40% load and power factor is 0.9, and this is running for how many hours? 3 hours times 3 plus 80k times 60% load, which is 0.6, times power factor is only 0.7, and this is running for how many hours? 7 plus 3, 10 hours. Okay, plus 80% load, so 80k times 80%, which is 0.8, and the power factor is also 0.8. How many hours? 3 hours times 3 plus 30% load, so 80k times 0.3 times 0.8 power factor. How many hours? 10 to 6, that is 8 hours. Okay, so I have 10, 16, 24. That's good. So find out this output energy. So the output energy is for the first 3 hours it is 86.4 kilowatt hours. Next 10 hours it is 336 kilowatt hours. Next 3 hours 153.6 kilowatt hours, and the last 8 hours it's 153.6 kilowatt hours. So all day it is giving us around 729.6 kilowatt hours. Okay, that's the output energy. Now your input energy is nothing but output plus losses. Okay, so output I already know, which is 729.6 kilowatt hours. Okay, plus now iron losses. These losses are, we have iron plus copper. Okay, iron losses are constant no matter what kind of load you're using, how much load you're using, it doesn't matter, these are constant. I have iron loss of 0.5 kilowatt, so that must be 0.5 kilowatt times 24. Okay, that's the iron. This is the iron losses. When it comes to copper losses, that's a little difficult. Let me find that. Now say for example you have a resistance R and I current is passing through this. P equal to I square times R. Okay, this I is proportional to the load, directly proportional to the load is nothing but VI cos theta. Okay, so as load increases, I is going to increase because V is constant and cos theta is constant depending upon the load. Okay, so load is directly proportional to the V. Now say if I have half load, so only half current is passing through it. Now what will be the power losses? 1/4 times I square R, because at half load, right? So same way when it comes to the, I have the loads at 40%, 60%, 80%, 30%, I have to find the copper losses at each load. So the copper losses are going to be for the first, how many hours? For the first 3 hours you have only 40% load, so it's 0.4 square times 1 kilowatt. So 0.4 square times 1 kilowatt, so it is still in kilowatt, you need to multiply with hours. So the first load, it is only for 3 hours. The second load is for 10 hours. Third load is for 3 hours. And fourth load is for 8 hours. Okay, so the second one is 60%, so which is 0.6 square times 1 kilowatt, which is 10 hours, plus the third one is 80% load for 3 hours, so 0.8 whole square times 1 kilowatt times 3, plus the last load is 30%, 0.3 square times 1 kilowatt times 8 hours. The last one is 8 hours, right? Yeah. So what are the total copper losses? So the total copper losses are 0.48 plus 3.6. So this is 0.48, that is 3.6. This is 1.2, this is 0.72 kilowatt hours. So total is 6.72 kilowatt hours. How about the iron losses? Iron loss are 0.5 times 24, which is 12 kilowatt hours. So these are 12 kilowatt hours. So what is the input? The input energy we are giving is 729.6 plus 12 plus 6.72. Okay, so the input energy is 729.6, which is output power. This is iron losses. These are the copper losses. So the total must be 748.32. So 729.6 over 748.32 times 100, which is 97.5%. So it's wasting around 2.5%. Okay, but remember that transformer behind your home is only supplying for four homes, 4 or 5 up maximum. So if you look into a neighborhood where there are 200 homes, okay, so approximately you have to have 40 to 50 transformers. And how much energy you're losing? You're losing almost 20 kilowatt hours. So 20 times 50 transformer, which is 1000 kilowatt hours. So that's 1 megawatt hour of energy. That's a huge amount of energy. I'm talking about only one neighborhood. Okay, so if you look into the if you look into a bigger load like our university, like 10 megawatt, I'm assuming our university is taking around 10 megawatt of power. So if it is only 97.5%, so 10 megawatts times the losses are 0.25%, or 2.5%, which is 0.25. So you're losing around 0.25 megawatt of power. Okay, so that's how you calculate the that's how you see how my apologies. So I want you to see how we are wasting energy while transmitting energy from one place to another place. So transformer, you are losing some energy. Transmission lines, you are losing some energy. So at the power plant, and some of the power plants only 30% efficient. So if you look into the coal power plant, thermal power plant, it's around 28 to 32%. Okay, hydro like 70-80%, depending upon the age and the water flow. Okay, so 70-80%, and I believe nuclear power plants are also around 30%. Okay, so we're wasting lots of energy to transport from one place to another place, as well as convert from one farm to another farm. Okay, that's about efficiency. I will stop here in this video. In the future videos, I'm going to talk about auto transformers. Thank you.